Hello everyone, you are on the channel. It's funny to tears, and today we're diving into a story that's so bizarre, so hilarious. It sounds like something straight out of a movie. It's about a man who, in a moment of pure, unadulterated forgetfulness, did something so outrageous he became a local legend. Let's call him Bob, because, well, you'll see why a pseudonym is necessary. Bob was your average guy. He worked a 9 to 5, loved his family, and had one peculiar habit. He was incredibly forgetful. Not just where are my keys forgetful, but more like, did I wear pants to work today forgetful. His wife, Jane, was the patient saint who managed his life, leaving him sticky notes for literally everything. Bob, the coffee maker is on. Bob, the dog's name is Max. Bob, our anniversary is today. Do not forget. You get the picture. One sunny Saturday, Jane had to go out of town for a family emergency. She left Bob with a list of instructions a mile long, the most important of which was to pick up their son, 7-year-old Leo, from his friend's birthday party at 3 p.m. She repeated it 5 times, wrote it on 3 different sticky notes, and even set a reminder on his phone. What could possibly go wrong? Well, Bob, being Bob, got completely absorbed in a World War II documentary. The hours flew by. 2 p.m. came and went. 3 p.m. sailed past. It wasn't until 4:30 p.m., when a commercial for cat food came on, that something in his brain clicked. He stared at the TV, a slow dawning horror spreading across his face. The party, the kid, his kid. He sprang from the couch in a panic, grabbed his keys, and sprinted to the car. He drove like a madman, breaking at least 3 traffic laws, his heart pounding in his chest. He screeched to a halt in front of the friend's house. The party was clearly over. The balloons were deflated, the driveway was empty, and the house was quiet. He hammered on the door, and a very tired-looking mom, let's call her Karen, opened it. "Can I help you?" she asked, looking slightly annoyed. Bob, panting and sweating, blurted out, "I'm here to pick up my son." Karen's expression softened a little. "Oh, you must be the last one. All the other parents left an hour ago. What's his name?" And right there, in that moment of peak stress and adrenaline, Bob's brain went completely blank. Utterly, devastatingly empty. He knew he had a son. He could picture his face, his messy hair, his missing front tooth. But his name? Gone. Vanished into the ether. He just stared at Karen, his mouth opening and closing like a fish. "His name?" Karen repeated, a little more insistently this time. Bob's mind was racing. Something? Something? Was it a fruit? An animal? He was desperate. He started describing him. "He's, about this tall," he said, gesturing vaguely at his waist. "He has hair and teeth, well, most of them. He was wearing a shirt with a picture on it. A dinosaur, I think. Or maybe a truck. Definitely not a boat." Karen was now looking at him with a mixture of pity and deep suspicion. "Sir, I had 12 7-year-old boys running around my house for 3 hours. They all fit that description." From inside the house, a little voice piped up. "Mom, can I have more cake?" And out walked a little boy. Not his son. Bob was starting to sweat profusely. This was bad. Very bad. How do you forget your own child's name? Jane was going to end him. He'd have to enter witness protection. He'd live out his days as that guy who forgot his own kid. He decided to try a different tactic, the Hail Mary of forgotten names. He cleared his throat, and with all the confidence he could muster, which was approximately 0, he yelled into the house, "Hey, little dude! It's time to go." Silence. Then from the living room a small head peeked around the corner. It was Leo. He looked at his dad, then at Karen, and said, "My name is Leo." Karen just stared at Bob, her eyebrows raised so high they nearly flew off her forehead. Bob offered a weak, apologetic smile. "Leo, right, that's the one, was just testing him. You know, stranger danger." The ride home was silent. Bob could feel the judgment radiating from the 7-year-old in the back seat. When they got home, Leo marched straight to the phone and called his mom. Bob could only hear one side of the conversation, which went something like this. "Mom, Dad forgot my name." A pause. "No, really. He called me little dude at Kevin's house. It was so embarrassing. When Jane got home the next day, she didn't say a word. She just walked into the kitchen, got a permanent marker, and wrote Leo on the back of Bob's hand. For the next week, every time Bob looked at his hand, he was reminded of his ultimate parental failure. The story, of course, got out. Karen told a friend who told another friend, and soon Bob was known throughout the neighborhood as Little Dude's dad. At the next school event, another father clapped him on the back and said, "Hey, you're the guy who forgot his kid's name, right? Classic." Bob just had to smile and own it. What else could he do? And the funniest part? A few weeks later, Jane was rushing to get the kids ready for school. In a flustered moment, she yelled upstairs, "Come on, little dude, you're going to be late." Leo and Bob just looked at each other and burst out laughing. It turns out, even the most organized among us can have a Bob moment. So what's the lesson here? Maybe it's that our brains are weird, fallible things. Maybe it's that we should all have our kids' names tattooed on our forearms just in case. Or maybe it's just that life is hilariously unpredictable, and sometimes the best thing you can do is laugh at yourself. Because if you can't laugh when you forget your own son's name, when can you? Thanks for tuning in to It's Funny to Tears. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more hilarious tales, and let us know in the comments about the most forgetful thing you've ever done. We'd love to hear it. See you next time.